Hello everyone, welcome to another series of today's GK. Let's begin with previous day's practice question. Question was, which of the following ministries is related to the 𝐸𝐶 platform? Ministry of Home Affairs, Rural Development, External Affairs or Education? The correct answer is option D, Ministry of Education. The Union Education Minister has launched the 𝐸𝐶 platform recently. It is a collaborative effort of UGC, the Ministry of Education and IIT Kanpur. Therefore, option D is correct. This platform is a self-paced assessment platform. 𝐸𝐶 stands for Self-Assessment Test and Help for Entrance Exams. It will give students a self-paced interactive learning and assessment platform to prepare for competitive and other exams. It will have preparation materials for students in English, Hindi and other regional languages of India so that students can prepare for exams like JEE and NEET. The aim of the platform is to bridge the gap for students in society who are not able to afford the costly entrance exam guidance and coaching. Now let's begin today's session. First question is, which of the following best describes the role of the PUSP portal? Afforestation, curbing malnutrition, prevention of infanticide or ensuring greater availability of power? The correct answer is option D, ensuring greater availability of power. The central government has launched a high price day ahead market and surplus power portal, that is PUSP, an initiative to ensure greater availability of power during the peak demand season. Therefore, option D is correct. Distribution companies have tied up long-term PPAs for power supply. They have to pay fixed charges even when they do not schedule the power. Now the DISCOMs will be able to indicate their surplus power in block times, days, months on the portal. Those DISCOMs who need power will be able to requisition the surplus power. The new buyer will pay both variable charges or VC and fixed cost, that is FC, as determined by regulators. Once power is reassigned, the original beneficiary shall have no right to recall as the entire FC liability is also shifted to the new beneficiary. The financial liability of the new buyer shall be limited to the quantum of temporary allocated transferred power. This will reduce the fixed cost burden on the DISCOMs and will also enable all the available generation capacity to be utilized. Next question is, the Central Industrial Security Force or CISF raising day is celebrated every year on March 8th, 9th, 10th or 11th. The correct answer is option C, March 10th. The PM of India has extended best wishes to the CISF personnel and their families on the raising day of CISF. The Central Industrial Security Force raising day is celebrated every year on March 10 to commemorate the establishment of the CISF in 1969. Therefore, option C is correct. The CISF is a premier central armed police force under the Ministry of Home Affairs. It is responsible for providing security cover to various public sector undertakings, airports, seaports, power plants, and other important infrastructure projects across the country. The CISF was established on March 10, 1969 under an Act of Parliament with a few battalions. The force is equipped with state-of-the-art weapons, specialized vehicles, and other modern security equipment. The CISF also has a dedicated canine unit which is trained to sniff out explosives and other illicit materials. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the National Platform for Disaster Risk Reduction or NPDRR. 1. It was constituted by the Government of India via resolution dated 26th February 2013. 2. It is chaired by the Union Home Minister. Which of the above given statement or statements is or are not correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option D, neither 1 nor 2. Recently, the PM of India inaugurated the third session of the NPDRR. The NPDRR was constituted by the Government of India via resolution dated 26th February 2013. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It was amended via resolution number 47 to 31 2012 DM 3rd on 17th January 2017 for wider participation of different stakeholders. NPDRR is chaired by the Minister of State in charge of Disaster Management. Ministry of Home Affairs is the Vice Chairperson of NPDRR. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option D is correct. The other members of NPDRR are 15 Cabinet Ministers, the Vice Chairman, NITI Aayog, the Minister of each state or UT, dealing with the subject of disaster management, etc. The first meeting of NPDRR was organized on 13-14 May 2013 in New Delhi on the theme Mainstreaming DRR in Development from Risk to Resilience. The main theme of the third session of this platform is building local resilience in a changing climate. Next question is, recently the first edition of the WINS Award 2023 was launched by which of the following bodies or ministries? Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, NITI Aayog, World Economic Forum, or UN Environment Programme? The correct answer is option A, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. To highlight the impact of women in sanitation and waste management, the Union Minister for Housing and Urban Affairs announced the Women Icons Leading Swachhata or WINS Awards 2023. Therefore, option A is correct. The WINS Awards 2023 aim to recognize, celebrate and disseminate inspiring and exemplary initiatives in urban sanitation and waste management by women-led organizations and individual women. The applications are open from 8th March to 5th April 2023. Applications for the awards are open to self-help groups, micro-enterprises, non-government organizations, startups, and individual women leaders or Swachhata champions. Applications will be considered under the thematic areas of management of community or public toilets, septic tanks cleaning services, and treatment facilities, that is used water or septage, etc. At the national level, the MOHUA team will set up a jury to evaluate the applications and select winners in each category. Next question is, which of the following is not correct regarding the NISAR satellite? It is an all-weather Earth observing mission. It is scheduled for launch in 2023. NASA and ISRO are jointly working on it, or it is the first satellite mission that will collect radar data in 2 microwave bandwidth ranges. The correct answer is option B. It is scheduled for launch in 2023. The ISRO on March 7 received the NASA-ISRO Synthetic Aperture Radar or NISAR satellite from the US Space Agency in Bengaluru. It is scheduled for launch in 2024 from the Satish Dhawan Space Center. Therefore, option B is correct. NASA and ISRO are jointly working on the all-weather Earth observing mission, that is NISAR. It is the first satellite mission that will collect radar data in 2 microwave bandwidth ranges, L-band 1 to 2 GHz commonly used for satellite communication and remote sensing, and S-band 2 to 4 GHz commonly used for satellite communication and weather monitoring. SAR is a type of remote sensing technology that uses radars instead of optical sensors to create high-resolution images of the Earth's surface. It can penetrate clouds and vegetation to generate accurate data. NISAR will image the entire land and ice masses of the Earth 4 to 6 times a month. The output is expected to be available within a couple of days of the observation and within hours in cases of disasters. Next question is, with reference to the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, consider the following statements. 1. This incident happened on April 13, 1919. 2. It is also called the Massacre of Ludhiana. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, the President of India visited Jallianwala Bagh and paid her tribute to the freedom fighters who sacrificed their lives for the motherland. The Jallianwala Bagh massacre, also known as the Amritsar Massacre, took place on 13 April 1919. Hence, statement 1 is correct, while statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option A is correct. A large peaceful crowd had gathered at the Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar, Punjab, British India to protest against the Rowlatt Act and arrest for pro-independence activist Saifuddin Kichlu and Satyapal. That day, British troops fired on a large crowd of unarmed Indians. Several hundred people, including children, died and hundreds more were wounded. The Rowlatt Act or Black Act was passed on March 10, 1919, authorizing the government to imprison or confine without a trial any person associated with seditious activities. This led to nationwide unrest. Gandhi initiated Satyagraha to protest against the Rowlatt Act. Next question is, National Agricultural Cooperative Marketing Federation of India or NAFED was established in which of the following years? 1948, 1958, 1968 or 1978. The correct answer is option B, 1958. To address farmers' growing concern about falling prices of onion across the country, NAFED has initiated procurement of kharif onion from 3 major markets of Gujarat. This move of the Government of India will provide stability to the onion market in the state and much required respite to the farmers. NAFED is an apex organization under the Ministry of Agriculture, Government of India. NAFED has been started with the objective to organize, promote and develop marketing, processing and storage of agricultural, horticultural and forest produce. It was established on the auspicious day of Gandhi Jayanti on 2nd October 1958. Therefore, option B is correct. It is registered under the Multi-State Cooperative Societies Act. Next question is, in the context of Indian polity, consider the following statements regarding the fundamental duties. 1. The original constitution provided for the fundamental duties of the citizens. 2. The part 4A of the constitution deals with the fundamental duties. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option B, 2 only. The original constitution did not provide for the fundamental duties of the citizens. These were added during the operation of internal emergencies 1975 to 77 by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1976 on the recommendation of the Swarna Singh Committee. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. The 86th Constitutional Amendment Act of 2002 added one more fundamental duty. The Part 4A of the Constitution, which consists of only one Article 51A, specifies the 11 fundamental duties: to respect the Constitution, national flag and national anthem, to protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of the country, and so on. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option B is correct. Next question is, Women, Business and the Law 2023 report was released recently by which of the following? World Bank, Global Justice Association, International Monetary Fund, or Goldman Sachs? The correct answer is option A, World Bank. Recently, the World Bank released the Women, Business and the Law report. Therefore, option A is correct. India has scored 74.4 out of 100. A score of 100 on the index means that women are on an equal standing with men on all the 8 indicators being measured. India scored higher than the 63.7 average for the South Asian region, though lower than Nepal, which had the region's highest score of 80.6. Out of the 190 economies covered in the index, only 14 scored a perfect 100. Belgium, Canada, Denmark, France, Germany, Greece, Iceland, Ireland, Latvia, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Portugal, Spain, and Sweden. India lags behind when it's come to laws affecting women's pay, women's work after having children, constraints on women starting and running a business, and gender differences in property and inheritance. Last question is, what is Palm 400, sometimes seen in the news? Drone, mobile application launched for the promotion of the palm oil, newly launched portal, or ballistic missile? The correct answer is option A, drone. The lack of armed drones has dogged the Indian Army for a long time. The launch of next generation attack drones, Palm 400 for the Indian Army, will provide the most lethal firepower. Therefore, option A is correct. Palm 400 stands for Precision Attack Loitering System. According to the report, the Indian Army has tested the prototype version of the Palm 400 successfully. It fired a thermobaric warhead from the canister, which is also developed in India. The system is broadly defined as the Armed Remotely Piloted Vehicle, or RPV. The Palm 400 is the result of a joint venture between Aviation Systems Israel, UVision Air Limited, and Aditya Presitech Private Limited. Now it's time for the practice question. Employees State Insurance Corporation, or ESIC, is associated with which of the following ministries? Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Ministry of Labour and Employment, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, or Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment? Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.